No touching!
Ha! Ha!
La 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 la! Go, Barbara, go!
Ah! Solidify!
스피드업해!
Fisher!
Morax! You think you can destroy me?
I'll protect us.
Gather!
Born of ice and frost.
Face me!
Blaze over.
Morax! 1,000 years after you sealed me underground!
You should call it by its...
Fate? Fate? So here lies the wisdom of the gods! Destroy all...
No. You have forgotten.
That void!
Azhada.
Huh? Kunjun?
Morax. It's been a while.
You're...
Azhada. The very...
During the battle, you imbued us with your
Yes. It was all I could manage. Forgive me for Allow me to elaborate. I am not heaven and earth. Yin and yang. Opposing forces. You can consider the existence of me and the Azhada you see there.
So there are two Azhdas?
No! It can't be!
When the seal loosened, your power manifested in this world as a child. With this new identity, you were able to vent about the forces that suppress. That's when it occurred to you. The loosening of the seal constituted an opportunity to strike back.
The audacity!
I was another power awakened with the loosening of the seal. Too weak to reincarnate, but strong enough to possess a human. I was barely conscious.
I had sensed that something was amiss when you mentioned Dragonfall. Had your power been but a little stronger, I would have recognized...
Don't blame yourself. I have changed beyond all recognition. Only when I touched the stone tablet. It's been so long. A secret beyond all comprehension of youthful humanity.
There would be no harm in it.
Azhada was once a friend and ally of the Geo-Archon Morax, with a lifespan far exceeding that of mankind. However, the memories of rocks do not let erosion ground Azhada's consciousness into oblivion. Slow, Azhada.
What would you expect?
This much is true. In the beginning, in order to open up new erosion, made us even more savage. Morax shared with us some of his power, and so we became you. And from your will, I emerge. I am your final contract. Witness the promise between Azhada and Morax.
No!
I am the remnants of Azhada's benevolence.
No! It is I, Azhada, forged of elemental crystal, bearer of the weight and memories of the earth, older than the mountains.
Morax is
A lord over
You forgot yourself. That which you have forgotten. All powers under heaven rise and fall.
A star appears within the wild. A sun ascends as bright. Strange. What?
You are spent, and I will soon disappear. In the wilderness, snowfall.
No! That isn't.
Perhaps it isn't.
More axe!
The little girl vanished.
Are you satisfied, Ace?
I had to make amends. So, Morax, you call yourself Zhang?
I do.
Well, I'm afraid old habits die hard. To me, you're Morax.
As you please.
I never did forget your gift,
I hardly lifted a finger. Think,
and yet, you...
your power is nearly spent. Shall we get going?
Surely the pressing matter.
Indeed.
Huh? How did we get here? We need to go back and check on the miners.
So there you are. We found Mao in a tent at the campsite on... Huh?
Nothing.
Cave?
They're exhausted, but not in danger.
Right.
So you're taking the...
That's right.
Can I come with you?
No problem.
Kunjun,
Not I. Merely, once I'm gone, the true...
You always did.
Curious how...
Azhada.
I can sense it.
Today I am just an ordinary citizen.
Even you met such a fate.
No matter. If that day comes to pass, Liyue must prepare it.
And how will Liyue fare without Rex?
Even without a god above, this remains a nation of men.
All life is shaped. That's unimportant. You may live forever, doomed to a lonely existence. Yet, even this is temporary.
I do not pretend to match your rhetoric when it comes to the subject of a life long lived. I fear that the life of an elemental being is longer than any.
Were it not so, you would have killed me long ago. And
You've brought a smile to my face.
that day in the chasm.
A heart of stone is a heart nonetheless. But I am the god of contracts, and was for a time a god of the people of
You chose justice, but did not forsake your kindness. You came to me not as an...
The movements of the Earth Dragon can tremble the earth and shake the heavens. With your abilities, even at my full strength, I struggled to confront you. Let alone seal you away.
Hence, do not forget that I was there with Liyue's founder. The face may have changed, but the old friend, God of Contra...
Thank you, Azhada.
My life is at an end.
You're leaving?
If it is fated, Morax, we will meet again.
Yes.
Wow, that was...
In fact, we have yet to meet the... He was. Centuries may have passed since...
In our last tale, Rex Lapis was walking alone in the mountains. He heard a remote voice, unlike any other, coming from a crack in the earth.
Most of the ancient geo life forms that live below Liyue are blind, having not seen the sunlight for an age.
The voice was sometimes sad and song-like. Other times it was loud and thunderous. The Lord of Geo searched here and there before finally unearthing a strange stone from the bedrock.
That's how Azhada was. I answered his wish and took him above ground.
The Lord of Geo took pity on the rock spirit and carved it into a magnificent work of craftsmanship, a vivid representation of a dragon.
I bestowed him with a pair of eyes to see the world and came to an agreement with him.
With his fingers, he made 2 eyes, quicker than words could tell. Lightning flashed and thunder roared, and a living, breathing dragon soared into the clouds!
I agreed to let him live among the people above ground, but if the day ever came when he brought ruin to order, he would once again be sealed in the dark.
The dragon accompanied the Lord of Geo, fighting campaigns alongside him in the 4 corners of the world. We have a saying to eulogize these events. The crash of a spear brought billowing dust. The mountains and waters made way at the sound. The sight of a dragon bestowed with a touch the promise of rainwater blessing the ground.
A 1,000 years ago, Azhada attacked the chasm. I tried to obstruct him. During that battle, Dragonfall was born. Despite being the victor, he was willing to be sealed away. Even I cannot avoid it. The greater the power, the greater the danger erosion may bring about. Personally sealing, people abandon and surrender the things they love. But I was a god of mankind. My identity may change.
You still care a lot.
Call it... I must thank you both.
No worries.
Oh? About what?
Oh, yeah. Paimon nearly forgot. So, not long ago, he told us about Conria and the punishment of the gods. That's when we realized that those... Zhongli, you're a god. You've lived through thousands of years of history. Why? You can't even give us a thread of information? This is...
I understand. But I must apologize.
You mean another past grievance? Like the incident with Azhada?
It was signed before it all began. I have always honored the contract.
How can you be like that?
You two are friends to me. I can assure it brings me no pleasure to disappoint you.
Would you be ready to find out?
It appears your understanding of this world continues to grow. There are many events of ages past. They have been eroded by time, but you are capable of finding them and bringing them into the... Those who come to witness will witness. Those who are born to remember. If you take the same road as that person, there may be more difficult...
I'll make a wish. I'm just having a hunch. But let me get back to the more crap. That's all. Okay, last one. Man, all weapons. Oh, Jesus.